Are you about to give up on what you're trying to manifest? You're losing hope and don't know what's next, or if whatever it is you're manifesting will ever come into reality. Whatever it is that you want in life, I know what it's like not having my manifestation. I've been there before, and I know what it's like not having the things that you desire. But the thing is that you cannot give up and you cannot quit. Your manifestation is so close. Just don't give up and just don't quit. There are a few things that I think that could possibly help you and maybe shift it around where your manifestation would come quicker. One is to detach a little bit from the manifestation. There are some cases where we could be putting resistance on the thing that we want, is because we're looking for that validation in the 3D. And because we don't see what we want, it affirms it in our mind. And when we think of that thought, it impresses the subconscious mind, and then the subconscious will express that back out again. So you're going into a loop, and it's because of the thoughts that are in your mind. What we need to do is flip that switch on what it is that is in our mind, because that's what's impressing the subconscious to put it out into our 3D world. So instead of looking for validation and looking for some answer to what it is we're trying to manifest, stop trying to look for that and instead live in that imaginal act in our mind until that starts appearing into our reality. Another thing that could possibly help is when detaching is detach from any of the outcomes or any of the middle of the how to, because the action will, one, it can be effortless. There won't be any action involved. So stop thinking of the how. You'll just naturally do whatever it is that you need to do in order for that manifestation to work. And you won't know why you're doing what you're doing. So if everything looks like it's failing in your life or things are starting to fall apart, in fact, that could be part of why your manifestation will come. There was actually a point where I wanted to live in a different state. But for me to shift and go into that new state and move, is that there had to be some things in my reality that had to fall apart. In fact, it was really crazy. I kind of had a falling out with some things where I used to live. And I felt like, you lose the place. All I can say is that sometimes crazy things will start happening in your life, whether they're good or whether they're bad. And this has happened to me where just things just started falling apart. But what happened out of that was I got one of my dream jobs in a state that I actually wanted to live in as well. And the and the thing that most people had and the assumptions that they had about where the state was, they thought it was expensive, it was too hard to live in, you never would make it over there. But once I came to where I'm at, I realized that it wasn't what everyone's assumption was. It's whatever you believe and assume to be is to be true. So if you have something like a limiting belief that's holding you back, obviously you might think, oh, this is too much. But then when you come here, it's like, what is everybody talking about? So everyone's assumptions are different. And what those assumptions are is really what's creating their reality. So we have to figure out what are the assumptions that we have inside of us. And if that's the concept of what we're believing, then that's what's coming out into our reality. So we need to be aware of the assumptions that we're making about us, our lives, the things that we see in our world, and how we view the world. The way that I've done it is allowing yourself to be different, allowing to get rid of the you, what you think you are, what your personality, what your being is. You might have to just let go of the old self. The self that is in your present is the old. In order for you to shift into something new, you have to get rid of something old, right? Just, you're going to have to allow the process, and who cares about identity? Get rid of that identity and create a new identity for yourself. You could shift into that identity quickly and easily. It's by a shift of your awareness and a shift of your state and the thoughts that you put into your mind, and assume those thoughts and live in that wish fulfilled until that wish has been attained and showed into your reality. In the end, the manifestation is already yours. There is nothing stopping you from getting what you want. It is inevitable for whatever it is that you want to come into reality. There is no question, there is no doubts. You have to not waver from the fact that what you want is yours and there's no second option. You give reality no other option but to give the thing that you want. And live in that fulfillment, and don't look out and let the 3D senses change what you're thinking inside and feeling inside. We want to embody what it is that is inside so much that it has to reflect back out. Well, I'm so glad that you made it to the end. If you did, make sure to subscribe below. I have so much more information coming out. And if there's anything specific that you want me to talk about, don't hesitate to leave a comment. I'd like to hear what you guys think about manifestation and what's helping you on your journey. Now, if you still want to learn more about manifestation or how I've done manifestation in my life, make sure to check out this video here to help you level up your reality.